Number one that you wouldn't draft.
Number one, don't draft tight end, Rob Gronkowski.
Yep.
I mean, Tampa Bay is just completely loaded. They don't actually need Gronk, but he's a safety net for big games, a.k.a. the playoffs.
Yep.
He's a blocking tight end. They'll throw the ball to Cameron Brate, and O.J. Howard will get a lot of snaps. They're going to be winning big a lot, and he's going to take a lot of time off the field. He'll be a horrible fantasy option. He'll have a couple of big games, and you'll have no clue where they're going to come.
Yep.
He's not going to be worth you drafting.
I agree. I got him too, just to add a little bit on, and I'll actually hit the next tight end. He did finish his tight end 8. That was with AB coming in, Howard and Godwin missing time. You're going to have a lot of hungry mouths next year. Let's go to actually number 2 on the list for me. I have Logan Thomas on my do not draft list. I think Fitzpatrick being the king of inconsistency with Washington, and he never really targets tight ends at the end of the day. Logan Thomas is now going to be battling with touches with Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, who they brought in, Antonio Gibson, who looks to be as a dual threat, and then Diami Brown out of the draft as well. And this is going to be a fantasy-hungry team overall, which I don't think they're going to get fed due to the quarterback situation. So I do have Logan Thomas falling on my do not draft list this year.
See, number 2 on my tight end do not draft list is Kyle Pitts. The rookie is a huge target on his back.
Yep.
I mean, no team is going to want to let him get off at all. He was the number 4 overall draft pick, highest drafted tight end ever. New head coach, is an unfamiliar offense for both him and the quarterback, along with everyone else in this system. I don't think it's going to be a big year for him. Calvin Ridley is the only one who's going to eat on that offense. I wouldn't take him.
Yep.
Yes, I mean, who you got at 3?
Number 3 will be Zach Ertz. Real quick, though, like you did say about Kyle Pitts, man. So everyone's talking about Kyle Pitts, and here's just something to really put it in perspective. Last 18 seasons, only 2 tight ends, one of them being Evan Ingram, had more than 600 yards in their first year. Some people are saying Pitts as high as the tight end 4. When you look at the tight end 4 from last year, TJ Hawkinson, 723 yards and 6 touchdowns, numbers that only one rookie, again, Evan Ingram, has touched since 1988. Over the last 3 seasons, the tight end 4 has averaged 204 fantasy points. Now we're talking about a 17-game season. No rookie tight end has done that since Mike Ditka in 1961. To draft Kyle Pitts as high as tight end 4, maybe he's a second-round tight end. Maybe he's a late one for you, a streamer, a guy that you can get later on. He won't fall like that because of how high everyone is drafting him. But if for some reason he can and he does pop, then Kyle Pitts is absolutely going to be worth it. But it's really against the odds. Hard numbers tell you that Kyle Pitts really isn't going to catch a wave until 2 or maybe even 3 years down the road.
Yeah, man, I can definitely agree with that.
100%.
Before we get out of here, I'm going to give you my number 3 guy, which will be Hunter Henry. I mean, he's in an offense in New England that they are very dink and duck centric, where they like to check down a lot, but he is actually harboring an injury, and he's got Jonnu Smith, who looks to seem to fit the offense a lot better than what he does. And just to be quite frank with you, picking fantasy players from New England is a terrible idea, and it's always has been every year. You never know which player that they're going to feature each week. They'll kill you.
Yep.
Like stay away from Hunter Henry. He might have a good year, but not fantasy-wise.